Are some signs more committed than others? It is true that just by the very nature of the element that they are ruled by, that some signs tend to last longer in relationships than others. You could be quite cliché about it and say that the air signs like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius tend to jump from relationship to relationship, just because air is not that stable of a medium. You could say that the water signs are among the most committed, because their affections for others run true and deep, while the loyalty of an earth individual is solid and unshakable. On the other hand, you could say that the fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius tend to love deeply and not for long. Of course, how loyal someone will be, or how long a relationship will last, might have more to do with how the planets in your individual chart are arranged, but here is a general look at the relationship patterns of each sign. Number 1. Aries. The Aries individual tends to fall fast and hard for someone, make a premature commitment, then fight with the person and back way off, sometimes even for months on end. Usually, there is a period of time of assessment and reunion during which the relationship gets passionate again, and from there on in the end makes a decision about whether or not he or she is comfortable enough to settle down with you. Usually, they move on to the next person if the passion dies out. Number 2. Taurus. The Taurus native is as loyal as an old dog. Once they meet you, they bond with you and they tend to stick with you forever, as long as the sex is good. If the sex life wanes or there is no sex, they will go wandering, but they are likely to cheat behind your back and never ever tell you in the name of having the relationship last forever. In other words, even if unfaithful, they won't dump you if you can help it. Number 3. Gemini. Geminis tend to be very loyal and never leave people, but they do like to test you by seeing how jealous they can make you. In fact, they will torture the person they are with by flirting with as many people as possible. For this reason alone, they are often abandoned by people who cannot stand the ogling eyes of the males and the come-hither way of the females. The way to keep a Gemini interested is to make him or her jealous. Then they will stay in the relationship forever. Number 4. Cancer. This sign likes to commit to one person and just get it over with. They do not like the fuss and muss of any doubt or uncertainty. However, they can be very jealous, demanding, and insecure, which drives the person that they love away. You rarely have to worry about this sign being unfaithful, and once married, a crab is yours forever. Number 5. Leo. The lion is a bit cautious before falling in love. It can take weeks before love blossoms because this sign also enjoys prowling, seducing, and preying on the object of desire. Once the love is in place, it is usually very passionate and committed, but only for a year or so. The Leo native has a restless heart that makes him or her into a serial monogamist, but not many of their relationships last for more than a year or two. Number 6. Virgo. This stubborn, practical sign likes a short courtship with little sex. In fact, they are the sign voted to not have sex until after marriage. They are also the most likely to avoid sex after marriage. In fact, many of them have sexless marriages that last for many years, as many of the women will turn a blind eye to infidelities. As long as there is material wealth and security and the veneer of respectability, the Virgo relationship will last a long time. Number 7. Libra. This is a very committed, loyal sign, most of the time. They tend to have long relationships because they are your friend first and foremost. However, they get turned off and turned on quite easily, and insecurity and infidelity often plague their relationships. A relationship with a Libra will last as long as you keep it interesting in the bedroom and are willing to give him or her a great deal of attention. Number 8. Scorpio. The Scorpion is one of the most loyal signs in their zodiac of all. However, they are also one of the most attractive and charismatic, so the partner of one is usually fighting off all kinds of rivals. This creates a lot of insecurity in the relationship that causes the relationship to end in a year or two. You also don't want to get on the wrong side of this sign. They tend to sting back if they are angry. Number 9. Sagittarius. This is an indecisive sign that can have trouble committing to one person. They get restless staying in one place or in one relationship for too long. If you want your relationship with an Archer to last for years, then you have to give him or a lot of rope. You may even have to allow the occasional infidelity and turn a blind eye, as the Archer is also very distractible sexually. Number 10. Capricorn. This is a very traditional sign that expects a traditional marriage with a long courtship phase and not too much sex before marriage. This sign also expects absolute fidelity and wants having that will stick with a partner for a very long time. Both sex and children are the glue that keeps a person with a goat. Cheating is usually a deal breaker. Number 11. Aquarius. This is a very restless sign that has trouble staying with someone more than a couple of days. Variety is the spice of life. They are also not particularly sexual. They can become very absorbed intensely with one person for a while and then lose interest. Your best chance for getting to spend years with an Aquarian is to appeal to their intellect so they don't get bored. You must also like to travel. Number 12. Pisces. This is one of the most faithful and loyal signs in the zodiac. They like to mate for life. This ethical sign really cheats, but if they do, they would never reveal it to a partner. It is always a Pisces that marries a high school sweetheart and then stays with him or her until death.